Eyakola President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine gwenewuunya era gwentendereza Mukama Katonda oyo Guludene Namugereka ekiri mu Parliament anti erinnya lye lyokka lyeri mu kwogerwako bali mu kuyimba baasobye dda baguddemu akazoole olw'ebigambo bye yayogera ku BBC bwe yali mu ggwanga lya Bungereza. Abasajja bagudde eddalu oba Museveni yabatumye bajje boogere bino simanyi bali mu kuperereza abaka ba Parliament ab'ekibiina kya National Platform mbu beegattira eddala lumu ku NRM olw'ebigambo President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine byeyayogedde. Ayino nno basaalirwa amaze n'amaaso entungo abayogedde ebigambo ebikambwe ku musajja yamuleeta mu Parliament abala baali bamuzira Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine n'ayimirirawo ku magulu ge n'amutuusa mu Parliament n'afuka omubaka wa Parliament kyali leero kati ali mu Parliament amusiiga ettoomi amwogerako ebikikiniiko ebinene ddala nga tamanyi na context mu kiprembeze Kyagulanyi mweyogeredde ensonga ezo ze yayogeddeko wamma akazungu kabasusseeko kasukaali keeko kambatwale mu Parliament mulabe ekiriyo olutalo ddeka busa lwa just erinnya Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine mbutuufu yafuga eggwanga Uganda.
Madam Speaker, and at the same time, I see Honorable Basari is there, the mover of the private members bill of homosexuality, whereby the political lead of NUP said it was a will of NRM government, which I belong to, need to bring that bill. You must clarify whether you are working together with us, NRM, or not. And Madam Speaker, the quietness of Honorable Basari demonstrates a lot. And even the quietness of the NUP members whom they call to be working with us, NRM, also demonstrates a lot.
There's an order. Honorable members. Honorable members.
Patron Speaker, I thank you. Patron Speaker, is it in order for the Honorable Macho, a renowned Simagola, to insinuate that I am quiet over a matter I have not given opportunity to comment on? Is he in order as a smuggler to insinuate that I'm quiet? And am I known for being quiet over national and international issues? Is he in order?
Honorable member, since this issue came up, you are the mover of the motion, and you know how much popularity you gained in this country. But from the time this issue was raised, we have not heard from you. It is true you're quiet. Honorable members, we got a letter from Gemma in that regard. And the letter, when we got from Gemma, of course, we expected you to say a word as the mover of the motion. A personal statement that you're not working with anybody for you to represent your country, represent your people, to protect the family of Uganda, of our people.
I want to thank you, Patron Speaker. Patron Speaker, let me go on record and state as follows: that the anti-homosexuality law is the most popular law in the history of this parliament. Bipartisan, all shades of opinion were behind this piece of legislation. Number two, Patron Speaker, at a function I attended in Bugiri, where the Honorable Kasule Lumumba was chief guest, the NRM chairperson, Saidi Kagere, and a couple of many other people enjoined us as parliament to come out with the law on homosexuality. It was on the basis of those calls that, Patron Speaker, I came to your office and requested that I move this bill. So it is a matter that arose from the grassroots. In fact, the people of Bugiri are so proud and excited about this piece of legislation. But not only Bugiri, the entire country. So it is actually not true that the end of us to bring that piece of legislation, because in any case, it is not new. in this parliament. Right, Speaker, I have been around for a long time. I have been in prison. This government has imprisoned me. I've been in Luzira. This NRM government has put me in prison. I've been a political prisoner before for fighting for what I believe in. But right, Speaker, I'm also aware that forces promoting homosexuality are very strong. They have money, they have influence. And I know that some of our colleagues are under pressure. There is a lot of pressure, there is a lot of intimidation. And I have engaged them. These forces, I have engaged them because they have come to my office from Britain, America, and the rest. They are looking for allies. Allies to promote that immorality in this country. I want to be on record, right, Speaker, that as a country, we must stand our ground. God who created us will make us survive. This idea of saying we are cutting aid, we don't come to America, don't go to Britain, yes, it is their right. But nobody should determine how we think. Right, Speaker, polygamy in Europe is criminal. Who has complained? If I was in Europe, I would be in jail because I'm polygamous. Yes, I would be in jail. Polygamy in Europe is criminal. What is wrong with homosexuality being criminal in Uganda? This display of double standards, such a not display of double standards, it is display of no standards, cannot be accepted. So let us stand our ground. This parliament took a decision. We are proud of that decision. We must condemn all efforts intended at undermining the sovereignty of this parliament and also the sovereignty of this country.
Thank you.
Right, Speaker, I want to thank you. And the provocation of the smuggler has yielded.
Order.
No.
Madam Speaker, the people of the smugglers. I need Honorable Ambassador to withdraw that
cross-border trade.
Right, Speaker, I withdraw the statement. Honorable Macho is a cross-border trader. I withdraw the statement.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable members, we don't regret passing that law. And I want to thank the President of the Republic of Uganda for really assenting to that law. Some people thought that the President was not going to assent to the law. I am proud and happy with what the President did.
They should leave our country.
We will continue protecting the family.
Yes.
We will continue protecting the family, protecting the rights of our children and our country, and we will not live in handouts. Because you want to buy a visa. My visa was cancelled. Have I died? I have said so long as you don't cancel a visa to Bogera, I have my home and Buyende. I will go there freely. You can cancel the other visa, which is okay. Will not the blacklist that they are talking about. Don't care. Don't worry about that. You have all what you need in this country. In Uganda, so long as your kids are not being sodomized, your kids are living a life. This business of saying that you're going to use people's children must stop. Honorable members, on the same. Yes, Bualu, Doctor.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with you that we stood here on the floor of this parliament. Our people told us, go and pass the anti-homosexuality bill. And we did right that. Those who don't want that law, let them leave our country. They go and live in UK, they live in London, they live in US, or wherever they want to live. But this law, we are going to protect it with our blood, with our sweat, and our souls. But we must stand our grounds. If they want to cut their aid, so let them cut. But we are going to defend this law. And right, Honorable Speaker, you have our full support. As this parliament, we are going to stand and defend that law. If they want to tag this law into their their aid, let them cut their aid. We will survive. I thank you, Right Honorable
Thank you, Dr. Church.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also just want to affirm and thank you for standing firm, because when we were as the ACP EU Joint Parliamentary Assembly in Brussels, we stood firm as Uganda and told them that African values are not for sale, whether at wholesale price or retail price. We shall stand with our values and we shall not allow this culture colonization. But I'm also happy that the new partnership agreement of ACP EU, which had provisions on homosexuality, many of the African countries have refused to sign it. So Uganda is not alone in this cause. We are the forerunners and we need to continue to stand together. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I wanted to react to your communication. A few weeks back, in your communication, you had indicated that you had visited Mulago and you had committed that we will support them. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appeal to you because on today's order paper, we're discussing the supplementary. Unfortunately, Mulago is not within it. They need about 25.5 billion to complete the renovation of Mulago. Mulago is the face, the hand, and the feet of our healthcare system. But the face is disfigured. The hand is amputated. The feet has been disabled. It cannot provide specialized services. We need the 25.5 billion shillings for mechanical installations, for plumbing installations. Lifts are not working. We have the first, and which will be the first ever organ transplant center ready to start, but it cannot start because the equipment are not functional. So I really want to appeal that we really get a way forward. Last year we had a supplementary, Mulago was left out. The budget for this year, Mulago was left out. This is another supplementary, Mulago has been left out. I appeal.
Honorable members, I don't want to debate in anticipation because I've not seen the supplementary yet. And at the same time, we also agree that the issues of the organ transplants, since there is a law in place, we passed that law, that must be budgeted for and must start to be operational. And secondly, what we need most urgently in Mulago is the human resource. Because when I told you that we have the ICU, there are only 14 beds that are working out of the 29. So we should be looking at the human resource, and then the rest we must include it in the budget. Honorable members, I have, yes, Mukatulik. Okay, now that it has passed, you can have your.
Madam Speaker.
Honorable, you sit and wait for him to finish his process.
For Madam Speaker now, in addition to restriction on visas, they have also threatened to cut AGOA.
A survey that was done indicating where the need is supposed to be.
So once that's Honorable Bahati first, then.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to make a comment on the issue which has been talked about by Honorable Marshall, and to join him and other members that we should remain firm that the law that we passed against homosexuality was a law that we believe in. We believe in our values. We know that there are a number of black males that are being traded around. For example, Madam Speaker, now, in addition to restriction on visas, they have also threatened to cut AGOA, which is a program that we have been implementing with the Americans. So they have said that our products will not access the American market duty-free and quota-free because of what we believe in. So the threats are there, but the House should remain united because this is our country, this is a sovereign parliament, and I think a message should come from this House to condemn the statements of President of NUP, who made really reckless statements on international television, condemning his own members that were influenced by President Museveni. This House was never influenced by anybody. This House was influenced by what we believe in. And therefore, this message should come out from this House to say that, Honorable Kyagulanyi, you are wrong. This house has never been influenced by anybody, but by the values. And our members from the opposition on this matter, we are together. We don't want you to feel abandoned. We are with you. We are together. And we stand for our values. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Members of
That's
opposition,
Eli.
you're very good people. We'll always defend you. And we are together with you. You don't work for anybody.
Balonda.
You work for your people.
Ate batuka
When
kuba
the
wamba
minister
nga
is after
tebogera.
minister starts.
But he says he will come after to conclude.
Can I hear from the minister?
I'm sorry. Naye waliwo ekintu kye bali mu kuzimba bano bateeka enjawukana mu kibiina kya National Platform abalaga abaka Parliament mbu Kyagulanyi yabayisa aba NRM n'olwekyo bave mu National Platform begatte ku NRM kye bali mu kuzimba okubateekamu okubuusabuusa n'okwefuulira President neno baba beekuulidde kabazzi kugulu. Ekintu kye bali mu kuvuga bali mu gezaako okukuba President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine indirectly abamonoona eri abantu ate bateke n'akatengo mu babaka mbuno Kyagulanyi tabaagala kubanga mbu mukolera NRM Museveni yabagula bali mukolawo division bali mu kubawaana nga bwe bakola omulimu amatendo mbu bakolera abantu ababalonda naye ate abantu ababalonda bwe balwanira ku bisiyaga be bamu abantu Museveni bali mu kuwamba. Museveni ali mu kuwamba abantu baffe abatta ababuzaawo Kibalama alina omukyala n'abaana bali mu kukaaba. Mukyala Kibalama tali mu kukaaba nti omwami we bamukola bamulya ebisiike si kyakaabira. Omwami we Museveni yamuwamba. Ekyo tulina kusooka kubabalamu. Madamu Namboze kyayogeddeko mu ka interview ke mbawadde. Tulina kusooka kubabalamu ne toka tulowooza ku birala ebitukwatako ebirala ebyokuwasa ebyokwewasa ebyokulya ebisiike tulina kusooka kubabalamu. Toyinza kulowooza ku kyakulya bisiike nga toli mulamu. Kibalama taliiwo. Kati tunaamuwoleza tutya Kibalama ku tteeka ly'ebisiike nga si mulamu mufu. Wetuka ku bantu be bawamba ne babatta tebaagala twogere era olwo babagoba mu Parliament babatiisatiisa na buli mbeera zonna olwo tebateeseza abantu babalonda babasube bateeseza olwo bali ku gavumenti. Kati bwe kituuka ku ky'ebisiyaga ebisiike olwo bateeseza abantu be balonda gye tulaga walamu oba wafu batwagala tuli bafu. Anti ate emirambo ginaakola gitya ebisiyaga kati bali mu kutwagala tubeere bafu bogwe mulamwa gwabwe eky'abantu abatibwa tebaagala kukyogerako tebakiwa budde naye ekyokulya ebisiike bakiwa obudde kati baagala kugezaho kubikka kiri kye tubaddeko ekyokubanja abantu baffe nendaba musaaga temugenda tujja kulamwa tukyabanja abantu baffe Kibalama aliwa John Bosco Damulira aliwa bonna abantu baffe tubeetaaga muve mu lwali tubalaba gye mulaga kamaleyo Parliament owulire gwe olutalo lwe baliko.
You are negotiating this house.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I wish to take this opportunity to thank Honorable Asman for coming out clearly in this house to clear the hair on the accusation that was made on the opposition, on the president, and on this Parliament, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it is true that the decision by Parliament of Uganda basing on the demand and support of the people of Uganda to say the country must say no to promotion of homosexuality in the country has touched the homosexuals in a wrong way, and they are trying everything it takes to put a condition that would scare the rest of African countries and other countries that would feel like passing the same kind of law not to attempt to do it. And this is why all these pressures are being done. But it's very unfortunate, Right Honorable Speaker, that we have one of our own at a very high level of leadership, a president of a political party in the country and the head of a party in opposition in this Parliament, that still moves an extra mile to provoke these homosexuals against Uganda to create more of these pressures. That's why you are looking at this episode. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I think we condemn this to the strongest term.
The country must take this as an advantage to look internally to see how we can survive amidst all these threats.
Thank you so
Honorable
much.
Speaker.
Honorable members, as the Honorable Achut said, our values are not for sale. We must protect our values. I had Honorable Government Chief Whip say he has 5 children because he's proudly married to a woman. Can I have information? Honorable members, we need to move.
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker. I want to start by thanking you because when we were processing this bill brought by our brother, the Honorable President of JEMA, you remained firm and steadfast. We know you were the first victim regarding the visa restrictions, but we are Ugandans. Personally, even if you denied me a visa to go to America, I don't think I would die because I am not going to America. So, as a government and as Ugandans, we should remain very firm. We may be poor, but we are not desperate that you just dangle some resources and then we abandon our values. And the government will definitely respond when we get official communication from the US or any other government that puts these threats. But I think we should remain united as a parliament because this was one of the legislations that united the parliament. We never looked at each other in terms of a political party where we belong because we are defending the values of Ugandans. So nobody should be intimidated by these threats from the international actors. If they cherish homosexuality, let them cherish it. But for us, as Ugandans, we don't. And let me add that up to 38 countries in Africa have legislations against homosexuality. So it is also wrong for the Western world to single out Ugandans. And we have told the diplomats and the community that we are a sovereign country. One of the diplomats asked me, why did you pass this law? I said, we pass laws in the interest of Ugandans, not foreigners. And therefore, nobody is going to coerce Parliament or coerce the people of Uganda or government to start making laws in the interest of foreigners or people from outside. We make laws on behalf of Ugandans and the honorable colleagues. Nobody should feel intimidated. And also, our friends, you advise your leaders of the parties. Yes, you may want to talk sweet so that you get money from homosexuals, but I don't think that's correct. And therefore,
ndowooza muwulira point gye bavuga nti president ayagala kufuna ssente mu bali ba bisiike. Ndowooza muwulira bino Museveni by'addayogera bulijjo kati yabatumye to advance the matter bajogereko bakiremereko batujje ku mulamwa gw'okubanja abantu baffe bino bipange eggulo bakyogeddeko ne leero bakizeemu. Olabye n'olutalo olubadde wakati w'abasaalirwa Norris Manya Honorable Macho gwagambye Mbuno Desimagola ebyo byonna babiteesezzaako nti tugenda kukola katemba basaalirwa ajje omufoosinga okwogera ku nsonga zino era addemu amuvume ate omugambe nti weetonde yeetonde. Ebyo byonna it's a drama bazanye katemba waabwe ne bajja bamuteeke mu parliament waza situtega situina bwongo basaalirwa okolera mu 7 katika twashogererwatu okolera mu 7 bwale okola etteeka lino mwateesanga ne mu 7 nga mugenda ne muteesa emunyonyo ne mwogera engeri mugenda okola mu etteeka lino kati mu 7 yakutuma okukola lino etteeka gwe kennyini oyogedde bwe mwali ebugiri wali ne minisita wa mu 7 ku mukolo kwe yaliko omugenyi omukulu ne mwogera ku bisiko ebyo ebisiike byammwe etteeka we lyatandika n'olyeta mu ggwanga meaning baatuma oyo ajja kupoloote oleeta etteeka kati gwe atali wa NRM omukolo gwa NRM wali ogunonako kibasaalirwa bannange tulabayo tubalengera gye mulaga tulenyo naye temusobola kumalako twabalipye eddaaka lippobekwepe tubalina omuliro gujja kubookya tugende mu maaso.
We do not support the remarks made.
For me, leave my members.
Yes.
Leave my members.
Yes, we advised him to sign and he signed the bill, yes. No, I am among those. I am among those who explain the president the science of homosexuality.
Yes.
And upon that explanation, he signed it. Yes, I would. Right, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Sewungu is saying, I am not the one who advised the
No,
president.
he did advise on medical terms, and we are happy the bill passed.
Yes.
We now have an act. We only want implementation.
Absolutely.
And we are good to go. Can I have
Right, Honorable Speaker, each and every time the president of JEMA, who is a member of this House, speaks on the bill, which is now an act, you can see how passionate he is. I just wanted, because by virtue of my appointment, I lead a section of a political party in Parliament under the constitution of my party. I wanted to salute the Secretary General of JEMA, who wrote to the President of the National Unity Platform in regard to the statement that he made about the bill that was passed by this Parliament, which is now an act. This must go on record, that JEMA, as an opposition political party, has written to the president of another political party in the opposition. But also too, it is befitting in African culture, and we have seen this happen, that in the likely event that your father seemingly is not interested to keep you in his compound, you can seek refuge, even in the home of your aunt or the home of your uncle. The door of the political party called NRM remains open to you, members of the National Unity Platform, in the likely event that your leader does not need you because of the statements he is making. You are most welcome to the National Resistance Movement.
Thank you. Honorable members, members in the public gallery, honorable members, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have a delegation from Arlington Academy of Hope.
Ndoza abantu wano mbawulira kye bali mu kuvuga. Kati bali mu kugamba mbu bw'abanga Kyagulanyi tabaagala mujje muyingire mu NRM bayingire. Festival inaako buzibu babaka ba Nuufu basebo oba bannyabo bwaba baawulira ebigambo bya president byayogedde byamu offendinze ng'okolera ddala NRM kuba tewali nsonga lwaki ekintu nga tokikolera bakikuluma bw'oba tokolera NRM nga president yagambye some of NUP members working from 7 nga tulinayo Kagabo waliwo n'omulala oyo simanya yaani oweeyo kubizinge nga tubamanyi ba NUP naye nga bakola ne Museveni n'ogwo ogubinja gwa mutabani wa Museveni bw'omanyi no gwe toli omu kwabo yagambye nti some of our members work from 7 nga toli omu kwabo nekikuluma kye yayogedde meaning okolera Museveni genda misana gaaka tuviire ebigambo bya president byadde so clear kati bano bali mu kukivuga balowooza bagenda kikubisa Kyagulanyi balowooza bagenda kujjawo eri molalo ebaddewo ey'okubanja abantu baffe nedda bagundi tukyabanja abantu baffe temujja tujja kumulamwa nabbanja twagala abantu baffe mwai Museveni twagala Kibalama twagala abantu bewawamba awo wasooka tumuleke tuvuga tuzza mu bisiike byammwe mutujje ku ddembe ly'okuba abalamu tulina kusooka kuba abalamu then tulowooza ku ddembe ddala I have to be alive, I have to be living first, then I think of other rights. Nina kuba n'eddembe lyange my right to live lina okubanga I'm living nina okubanga ndi mulamu nendyoka ndowooza ku rights zange ndala ne nokubanga ndi mulamu awe tuli ne president kyagamba buli kanaku buli kadde tulina kusooka kubabalamu tokatulowooza kubalala kati temutujja ku mulama gwe tuliko ogw'okuba abalamu ogw'okubanja abantu baffe mutuze ku bisiike byammwe gye mutuvuga mutuze atulabayo naye kyemanya abaka ba Parliament wa National Platform si basiru balaba era nabo kyebali omupresident kyayogedde bakyanalyze ne bakitegeera tebabanga bano president ayogera Oluganda ne batamutegeera n'ayogera Oluzungu ne batamutegeera ne Kyagulanyi eva bw'atyo bwe bayogera ku nsonga ng'erimu eggumba bantu bangi tebamutegeera bawalirira buwaliriza ebigambo nga tebabitegedde nekyo kitegeeza omukulembeze wo Kyagulanyi abakuba kasale pupu abayisiza bonna bakyankalanye tamanyi ddala kikigenda mu maaso naye nga tujja kubavuga temunnaba tujja kubavuga tubavuge paka tunabatuusa we twagala weewati zonna ensimi ze mbadde mulyayo mu bali b'ebisiike kati mwagala kulaga muno tebabawanga ku nsimi ate bwe bababeeza bwe bayimirizaawo so kati mwagala kulaga president muno yazijjayo mpira speaker ozambu we wanted a visa already badde bagimuwadde yabadde ayogerera Bungereza yatayogerera mu Uganda nti adde agala afune visa egende Bungereza already adde ali Bungereza nga bamuwadde visa ng'ali waabwe yabyogere mini ateetaaga visa kumutwalo de bagimuwadde agirina kali ateetaaga visa ndala mbu yadde ayogera mu corridor ayagala kufuna visa munansesa munankubya akakule naye awo omanya nti omuliro gukutte akasukaali keeko simanyi oba president ayongeremu naye nga tujja kubakalakata mpola mujja kutufiiringa ekigambo mujja kukiwulira temunnaba Kyagulanyi bagamba nja bavuga wonna paka lwe munaategeera nti no lino eggwanga mulifugira ku bubbi mwabba obuwanguzi bwaffe tubwagala tubwetaaga era mujja kubutuwa oba mwagala oba temwagala twetaaga obuwanguzi bwaffe ate misana gaaka ekyo mujja kukikola kale president ebigambo banga bibasiiyise byabasimbye byongera okubatakula byongera okubasiiyika paka lwe tunaabatuusa we twetaaga gavumenti ya General Museveni egw'ennume y'ekigo tweyagala ate mu Uganda empya abataayi bange mwena baliko mbaagala nnyo mwe bali kubaako mwe tugoberera Dunda Lugaba Namugereka oyo Kabamba ggulu nsaba abankuumire tujja kuba tuddamu ebigambo nga tubyogera mpola paka tunagguse eggwanga lyaffe mu nsi empya ne tuvimba Mungu abankuumire banywanyi